For our appetizer, we're going to be making baked brie with pecans and apples. So I'm going to get my brie into my baking dish, and make sure you preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And we're going to sprinkle a few pecans on top of our brie, and they're going to toast in the oven as it's baking. And then the rest of these will be used for the topping. So then we need to chop our apples. And I'm going to be using apples from my tree in my yard. And I think this is going to be good. We need about 1/4 cup of apples. I've already washed my apples. And when I cook with my apples, I like to leave the skin on because it takes longer to peel them, honestly. And you have a lot of nutrients left in the peel, so I like to leave it on. Now, these are from my yard. I do not spray my tree, and so the insides might look a little funny, but we're going to cut all of that off. So we're just going to cut these into small chunks. Now your brie is going to cook for about 15 minutes. And then we're going to get our apples into the pan with some maple syrup, about 2 tablespoons. About 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. And the remainder of our pecans. And also 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to cook this until our apples get soft and the sugar renders into a nice thick sauce. You get that warm cinnamon and the sweetness of the brown sugar. It smells like caramel and apples and just fall. This is going to be so good over that brie. I love how the peels of the apples turn a deep red as they're cooking. It just looks beautiful. We have about 5 minutes left on our brie. I wish you were here so you could smell how good this is. As this mixture cooks, the sugar is going to thicken and become caramelized. Okay, we're going to take this off the stove and let it cool a little bit. That looks beautiful. It looks delicious. And we're going to take our brie out of the oven and put it on this nice cutting board. We'll sprinkle some of this delicious caramel pecan apple topping over top. And we're going to serve this with some crostini. These are just store-bought crostini. Now you could also buy some baguette and slice it very thin and toast it yourself. You could do that with some olive oil and some sea salt. Would probably be delicious with this. But we're going for a quick party. And there you go. Our delicious appetizer. Now we're going to get started on the appetizer. We're going to make baked brie with pecans and apples. So we're going to bake our brie in the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes.
Your oven's not on.